Hi, Randy here. Welcome to my channel, my podcast. Hope you enjoyed today. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. God's keeping his hand on us, and we thank him for that. Could you please do me a favor and hit the bottom right hand button, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, make a comment. This is going to help me get it pushed out to other people and get in their rhythm of their system, which I'm not in. So your help would be appreciated. Everyone that has and continues, thank you so much for what you do. Let's get right into it. Today we're going to talk about, do you attract the wrong people? Do you attract the wrong people? There are people, it seems like that all they do is attract the wrong people. Let's start with Proverbs 18 and 24. A man of many companions may be ruined, but there are a friend who sticks closer than a brother. All right, a lot of friends can ruin you, hurt you, do things that bother you, but Jesus is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. He's a friend that'll never turn on you. He's a friend that'll never leave you nor forsake you, and he will go with you till the end of the world. Jesus is the best friend that you'll ever have. This verse emphasizes on the value of true friends and the potential dangers of having superficial relationships with people. There are people that come into your life that are in your life for the entire life. Good friends. And I've got a couple of good friends, two or three, that I've been in touch with my entire life and are still my friends. Some people come in for a year, 6 months, maybe 2 or 3 years. They enrich your life and they move on. You got a lot of good things from them. You had good times with them and you remember them. But not everybody comes in your life is going to stay forever. And some people come in your life that shouldn't be in your life because you're attracting the wrong people. There are young women and men who attract people who continually hurt them and do things to physically and mentally hurt them all the time. And they attract those kind of people. And so they need to inventory their life and say, Lord, what am I doing that's wrong to draw all these people? All right. One thing you might ought to do is where are you meeting them at? All right. If you've had four boyfriends in the last 3 years and you've had 3 husbands and you're alone now, and you're going to the bar, met them all at the bar, met them all at the club, maybe you're looking in the wrong place, all right? You need to realize where you're picking people up at and where you're drawing people, and realize the pool that you're going to be drawing out of. You could not pick that many losers, some people does, in a lifetime, and they do it, they'll pick up that Goober and Gomer and every crazy loser in town they hook up with, and they meet them, and they run with them, and they're nothing but trouble. They get them in trouble. Why? Because they're looking for the wrong thing in the wrong places. You need to look for the right thing in the right places, all right? When I was a young man growing up, I heard a lot of guys that were in their 20s, 30s, said, I've sold a lot of wild oats, and I've done this and I've done that. I'm wanting to settle down. I'd like to find a good woman that I can settle down with, have a family. And what did most of them say? 9 out of 10. Well, I better start going to church because I can meet a good girl at the church, somebody that's a Christian and all this, and I can build my family with them. So they're headed to the church to find a spouse. You might want to take a look at that and see where you're trying to find a spouse at. When there is a soul tie and a person is bound on the inside, they have no self-control to say, God, did you make me to be around this many bad people and this many abusers, and everyone that I get with hurts me either mentally, physically, or they hurt me mentally and physically. What is going wrong with my life? What do I need to do? All right. I found out in life, if you're happy being single, Paul said to be content in all things. All right? When I was in my early 20s, I was single. I was happy being single. I wasn't looking for a wife. All right? I was going out to eat with my friends every Friday night. We had about, 6 to 8 guys. We wasn't all together all the time. Sometimes we was. But 6 or 8 of us, and we were all about within a year of each other's age. And we go play miniature golf on Friday night. We go out to the batting cages. We would go out to eat. Sometimes, believe it or not, we rented movies on a tape and went back to one of the guys' places and we watched movies and buy snacks at the store and take them with us, popcorn and pop and candy and all that. And a couple of us went on vacation together one year. We took 5 days off and drove down through the state of Tennessee and stopped at a whole bunch of places and everything else. We spent a lot of time together. We were good friends. And I was enjoying that. I still dated. I still took girls out. I still went out with girls and took them different places. I take them out to eat and take them to a Cardinal baseball game and, take them different places. And I spent time with them. But I wasn't looking for a long-term relationship or marriage. I wasn't looking to get married. And I was happy being single. I guess the point I'm telling you right now, if you're happy being single and you meet a young lady who is happy being single, or if you're a single woman, a Christian, other way around, happy young man, you're both happy, you both don't feel like I got to get married, you're both happy. Paul said to be content in all things. I was perfectly happy dating girls and going out with them and not getting married. I was perfectly okay with that, because I was enjoying my life, and I like the freedom on Friday night. I can go eat where I want to go eat. I can hook up with my friends. We can go play miniature golf. We can go to the batting cages. Sometimes we had enough guys, and we knew other guys that we grew up with, and we played ball games and go out and play. And sometimes we played Indian ball if we didn't have enough guys for a game. But we went out and did things and went out, and we had a good time. And no, we didn't drink alcohol. No, we didn't go to bars. We didn't go to play. We were all Christian guys who liked going out and having fun. And we did what we liked, sports and TV. Sometimes on Saturday night we watched the Three Stooges. And we all laugh and everything else and visit. Sometimes we played games. We were happy. I was happy being single. If you get someone that's happy being single, a guy, and a girl that's happy being single, and then they meet each other, and all of a sudden there's a spark there, and they're like, man, I'd like to be with her the rest of my life. And she's saying, boy, I'd like to be with him the rest of my life. Then you're probably going to wind up getting together. You're going to get married, and you're going to have a good relationship together. But if you take a man that's miserable, and he's slept with a dozen different women or more, and you got a woman who's unhappy and had 5 or 6 boyfriends, Goober, Gomer, Boomer, nut job and this and that, and he's unhappy, she's unhappy, and they decide to get married. 2 unhappy people means he brings nothing in, she brings nothing in, and 2 zeros is a 0. Why? Because they're miserable, they're not happy. That's why so many people are not getting married, and it doesn't last, because they were never happy being single. Paul said to be content in all things. Be happy that, Lord, if I have to live the rest of my life just dating girls and running around with my friends and doing things, I'm happy that way. All right? And I was happy that way. But one Friday night, one of the guys said to me, no, it was on a Wednesday night. We were at church. He said to me, they got a singing going on out in Arnold, Missouri Friday night. Supposed to have two groups there, and then they're going to have refreshments at the end. They're supposed to have real good stuff in the dining hall. There's going to be all sorts of things to eat and all that. A lot of people there. Why don't we go to there? Then when we're done there, we can run over to the restaurant if we're still hungry, get something to eat, and then we'll go back to his place or his place, and we'll all get together there and we'll watch a movie or something. So we went to that gospel singing. I was perfectly happy with my life, perfectly happy with doing what I was doing. And we went there and we sat down, and the first singing group sang, and they did a good job. I don't even remember who they was. And I thought, well, that's really good. We're having a good time. I seen people I knew. Some of them didn't get to talk to me till afterwards, but I didn't get there real early, so I didn't get to say. And I had people turn around, or people on the other side wave to me that knew me, and I waved back to them. So I was around people that it was of like manner. And then all of a sudden, the second group come up, and when they came up, this beautiful brunette come walking across there and stood up to the microphone. And after they sang, I couldn't take my eyes off of her. After they sang a couple of songs, they introduced the group. And all the guys I was sitting with started talking about her. And I was fixated on her. So towards the end of the singing, the pastor got up and said, look, we don't have enough chairs in the dining hall, and we need to set up another 4 or 5 tables. If there's any young men here that as soon as we close in prayer here would go down to the dining hall and help, we really need it. We have more people show up than we thought we would, and we've got more food than we thought we'd have, so we need to do some work in the dining hall. So I told the guys, hey, we're going to stay and have some snacks anyway. We really ought to go down there and help out, because most everybody knows us. And we're all in our 20s, and they start asking for young men to go down there. They said, yeah. So when he dismissed in prayer, I told the guys they wanted to meet her, most of them. And I said, why don't you guys run down there? I got something I got to do real quick, and I'll be right back. And they said, all right. So they went down to the dining hall. I shot right up on a platform, introduced myself to her, talked to her for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I said to her, you're really pretty. And she said, oh, well, thank you. I said, I'd like to take you out sometime. Is it okay if I get your phone number and I could call you? And then she hesitated for like 15 seconds and did this. Yeah, I think that'd be all right. I'll give you my number. So she got a thing out of her purse and wrote me her phone number and her name. All right. 3 months later, we were married. So that'll tell you. If somebody has something to add, and she was happy being single, she had a lot of friends. She went out and did the same thing. She went bowling. She went out to eat. They went out to parks. They did different things. She was very active and had a lot of friends. I did too. And we were both happy being single. She wasn't looking to get married either. All right? But we fell in love with each other. All right? I'm telling you right now, if you're running in and attracting the wrong people, you need to take an inventory of what you're doing with your life, and you need to talk to the Lord and ask Him to help you. You don't need to attract people that abuse you, hurt you mentally, physically, and even financially sometimes. You'll never meet Mr. Right or Mrs. Right at the bar or the nightclub or standing out on a street corner. Very slim odds. I've known a few that met people online that they didn't know. I've only known 1 or 2 people that worked out with, but I can tell you there's dozens and dozens of nightmare stories about people. So be careful who you meet and where you meet them and all that stuff. You must learn to be happy being single before you can be married. If you're miserable being single, you will not be happy when you get married. If you meet Mr. Right at the right place, at the right time, things will go right for you. And always pray and ask God, hey, I met this guy, we're going out. Lord, if there's more to it than just going out, if it's your will, let it happen. If not, let me know. Give me a sign. He'll scare me off and I can end this thing and nip it in the bud early. Old Barney Fife, nip it, nip it, nip it. Nip it in the bud before it grows. Because if you fall for them and they're no good and you marry them, your life's going to be miserable. And I have counseled a lot of people over my 50 years in ministry, a lot of people. And they always said, a lot of them always said, I just attract the wrong people, the wrong guys, or the wrong girls. It depends on if it's a guy or a girl. I attract the wrong people. I'm miserable. I wished I'd have never married them. We had nothing in common, etc., etc. All right? So be careful. But if you are single and you're pushing really hard to get married, all you got is marriage on your mind. My biological clock is ticking. I've got to get married. I'm 32 years old and I'm still single. You're putting undue pressure on yourself. All right? If you're 32 and single and you're a good person and you're a Christian and you're a child of God, you're a good person. All right? If you're beautiful, wonderful. If you're pretty, wonderful. If you're just plain or average, wonderful. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're happy and that you're happy with the Lord, and that if you meet the right person, you want to get married. But don't push because my biological clock is ticking. If I'm going to have children, I need to get married. I'm 32, and then a guy says, look, I'm 31 years old and I haven't settled down, and my parents and my friends keep telling me my 5 best friends we ran around with are all married and I'm not. I got to get a wife. I got to get a wife. If you go after people that way, you're not going to find Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. You're going to find the wrong person. Don't put yourself under that kind of pressure, all right? Because then you press hard, you try to make things happen instead of the Lord, and then after you're married a couple of months, you're like, my God, how did I get myself into this mess? Well, that's because you pressured yourself and pushed yourself. You need to find someone that God wants you to find, not Goober or Gomer or Bubby. Find someone that God wants you to have. Don't attract every loser in town. Stop attracting the wrong people. And if you are, you need to talk to God. You need to sit down with your pastor, or sit down with a very close friend or your parents, people you trust will give you sound advice, and say, how do I keep winding up with all these people like this? And find out why and start making changes in your life. Don't attract the wrong people in life. God loves you. I love you. My daughter is still in the hospital. She's still unable to walk or stand. If you would, please pray for Crystal. Her name is Crystal. I'd really appreciate it. She's been in the hospital for almost 3 weeks now. She's in rehab, and she still can't walk and she still can't stand. I could use your prayers. Crystal, please pray for her. God bless you. Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Make a comment. I'll get back to you as quick as I can. It'll help my channel. Thank you for your time this time. Till next time, old Rev May signing off. You have a wonderful day, and God bless you.